Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this episode of Crusader Kings II Succession, where in the previous episode we were basically trying to change the law from Gavelkind to primogeniture. It's been a couple of days since I recorded those episodes. This is now after New Year, so Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you had a really good 2018. Here's to a really good 2019. So, we decided to switch our realm back to council rule so that we could enforce the realm peace, and that's going to last... Oh, that lasts for 45 months. I totally misread that. Oh, I could probably have done this last time. Whoops. Because I was waiting for the timer, which I think was 3 months. And I thought I misread that. Okay, so we had 3 months, which was basically a warning to the vassal saying you cannot go to war now. Then after those 3 months were up, I think it's like 5 years, where realm peace is enforced. And it is currently enforced, that's what that icon means. And because of that, the one kingdom where we did not have primogeniture can now become primogeniture. And let's just double check to see if the council has any votes on that. I'm not sure that they do. But even if they did, they probably wouldn't say yes. So, what I'm going to do is very sneaky. We are going to change the council laws to abolish. They wouldn't. See, I think changing this law, they would vote against it. Although... No, they don't get a vote on this. Oh, let's do it. Okay, so we are now primogeniture in Sweden. We should be primogeniture everywhere. And the kingdom is no longer being split. And in fact, I think it already wasn't, because we've only got one male heir. But if he dies, then it wouldn't be split between the daughters, which is excellent. Very happy with that. We now own the Kingdom of Sweden, which means that we have a far more legitimate claim to take any of the territories in this area that we personally want, which is fantastic. And now we can start to usurp some of the duchies and some more of the counties, so we're not just relying on baronies. So we should have a very strong personal base here with which to deal with factions and rebels and that type of thing. So the next thing that we need to do is go back to abolishing the council power. So currently we have 2 supporters and 5 opponents. So we're going to need to swing 2 people. So it becomes 4-3. It will actually be 5-3. If we swung one person, it would be 4-4, and I think the opposition still wins in that case, because I do get a vote. Although I think that it's actually only a swing vote. I'm not sure I'd get a vote otherwise. So no, we definitely need to swing 2 people to this. Right. So as it was saying, these 2 owe a favour to the King of Estonia. 3 people owe a favour to the King of Estonia. We could really piss these 2 off by just firing them. I don't know if there's going to be a relations penalty when we abolish the advisor roles. You can only have advisors when you have a council, which means that there's always going to be a lot of very unhappy, powerful nobles. In the meantime, what else could we do? We could try to bribe some of these guys so that they become more positive, so maybe they'll become loyal that way. Let's give that a shot. It's not like we have a shortage of cash. Give that a few days to mull over. And no, they did not become loyal. Is there a way of seeing why? No. Alright, so it's the steward, the marshal, and technically the 2 advisors. We also probably need to fire you. Yeah, we're going to have to fire you. Bye. So those 2 are now loyal. I think I might also fire Botolfa. So this is definitely going to piss these guys off a little bit. So now it's going to be 3-all, We just need one more advisor to vote our way. Except I think the... Oh, hang on. Do the advisors still vote? I think the advisors still vote. We probably shouldn't have done that. Also, we need to be proselytizing. I thought we were, but apparently not. I don't think I particularly want to send you there into the south. There's way too much disease going on. So let's go for Ireland. Let's start converting Ireland. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So if we were to try and change this law, how's it looking? Supporters 2, opponents 3. So maybe advisors don't by default get a vote. I'm pretty sure that council members do, but maybe advisors don't count as council members? That's possible. So yeah, we need to get rid of one opponent. So Arcade, Dado, or Boulder. Alright, easily done. This guy is now loyal. And let's just bribe him just to be sure. And there we go. We have the 3 votes that we require. Laws, realm, council, abolished. Boom. No, bloody hell, that was quick. Nice. Why is this still saying... Oh, the 2 empty seats do count as opponents. Oh, you are kidding me. Why did that not display before? This is going to fail. I'm not going to be able to do it for another 10 years. Oh no, we have 4 people voting, so that's 4 for, 1 against. So it's going to be 3-4. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. And there it is. Alright, so we are an absolute monarchy once again. The advisor positions have been removed. And all is well with the world. Right. Is there a crusade or something going on? I thought there was. Now that's certainly a lot of red colours. Not entirely sure why. I don't have any armies out raiding, do I? We have an army of raiders, but they are not currently raiding. No. Okay, so. Good. That's my personal realm sorted out. How are my vassals looking right now? Yeah, the kings are kind of pissed off. And that's going to translate into some pretty powerful factions. Potentially. So I think what we need to do now is focus entirely on securing personal power. Particularly because that's going to make successions easier to deal with. Also wondering if I can bribe any of these guys to actually start paying me taxes like the Earl of Prussia. Yep. So it literally is just the 3 kings that don't like us. Norway, Denmark and Estonia. I could remove you as the King of Norway. That would solve actually a hell of a lot of problems. And he's a traitor, so no one objects. What about Denmark? Denmark is also a traitor. And Estonia? Estonia is not a traitor. So Estonia is going to be the one I have to deal with, but the other 2 have both said yes, so that's not going to be a revolt. Gone. And gone. Okay, so I have all of the kingdoms, except for France and Estonia. And we're still somehow under the vassal limit, which is astonishing. Interesting. Because we totally could create a King of Ireland, and I'm somewhat tempted to do so because they're probably going to try and secure those 2 provinces. What's required to usurp Scotland from you? Oh, they have another religion, so we can't do that regardless. Okay. So the question here is, do I want to create another King of Denmark? Because if we do not create a King of Denmark, and we keep at least Sweden and Denmark for ourselves, then I can go for Sealand. And I think that's actually a really good plan. Because the lands of Sealand are definitely the richest around, except for Upland. Let me just double check what Sealand gets. It's those three. So Skåne is not one of them. What's Skåne? That's Gotland. I want to know Skåne. So those three are de jure Skåne. 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's already pretty high. So if we take Upland and Skåne, maybe, sorry, and Sealand, maybe Skåne? I mean, this is 5, 8, also a 10. The only question is if we're ever going to create a King of Denmark, in which case they would have a claim to that. The main reason to create a King of Denmark would be to try and reclaim the rest of Jutland. One which I am somewhat tempted to do is Finland, although I kind of want to maintain peaceful relations with Novgorod. In fact, Novgorod and Saxony are other powerful Germanic factions, so maybe we don't necessarily want to pick fights with them, we should be picking fights abroad. Yeah, that's probably the smartest. What do we need to do for Gastricland to become tribes? So you're currently working on level 4 hostile training. I think I'm just going to keep on upgrading all of your stuff. And I feel like those market town upgrades might be cheap. No, actually no, I don't think those are cheaper. So we just want to keep on going with the prestige stuff, especially while we have such a ridiculous amount of prestige. Okay. We're actually hostile to Saxony. Why are we hostile to so many people? Because we raided them. Yeah, we raided them down there, but that was a while ago. I'm surprised they're still hostile. Never mind. So, do we want to go for Sealand? Who owns it if so? That's Holmgar, who is somewhat loyal. Other vassals would not approve of me taking the territory. We own all of this, right? Yes. And what was the other one that we were going to go for? It was not Bergslagen, it was this one. Vestergautland. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's the same as Sealand, but this is closer. And it's in the Sweden region. So I think we're going to try and secure this area first. If we can. Except we can't because you guys are part of her Jarldom, which we do need to take. She is a traitor. We'll take that off of you. And then... Now you... Oh, it's a frickin' theocracy! That means it's owned by a bisphoric, which is... different government form. So just taking it from a dynasty does not remove the title. Oh, who the hell made this a theocracy? That's now a whole level of difficulty further trying to take this. I don't even try how to do that. The way to do it is by taking the temple. And we can't take the temple because he's in charge of it and he is not a traitor. So what we would have to do is go here, revoke that title, which is gonna piss people off, but I think we have to do it. Right. Then we need to go to you. No. Why is he still in charge? The All-Father, it seems, does not favour the pagan faithful. After a string of defeats, Filka Gerda called off the Great War for Pomerania against King Heineck of Pomerania. That is disappointing. I would have joined that, except there were no options to do so anymore. So I guess you have a limited time to jump in. We did not. Oh well. So yeah, how the hell do I revoke this? Oh! He hasn't actually accepted it yet, okay. I saw the wrong type of domain. I thought, okay, we have the temple, but no, this is because we just built the town of Sund, which we are going to build a town market for, just to give you a little bit of an investment, and then I'm going to find a character, all my religion, culture group, not a ruler, male, and is good stewarding. So, Reculfa. Yeah, well, actually, no, Ake would be my vassal still. So we can grant you the landed county of the city of Sund. And there we go. He's in charge of that. And now he is responsible for building it up. And we no longer have the wrong domain. And there we go. We have taken the theocracy of Vestergotland. Wait, we have? We have! Oh! Well, that's... I was expecting to take the temple there, but we didn't. Dalaborg is still in charge of the county. Well, we now control the Oldham, which is what I wanted, so we can start to revoke these titles. And yes, I know this is going to piss a lot of people off. And quite frankly, I am okay with that because I want to do this all in one go. Deal with any uprisings while we are strong. This is just going to replace you. Oh no, it didn't. Good. We're also going to need to revoke you. Sorry. Wait until this gets revoked. Now that's the thing, so that can be given to a person of learning. So we're going to search this by learning. The Seer of Scandinavia, you are still going to be a vassal, so we're going to grant you the landed title. Temple of Dalaborg. And there we go. We now own all of these counties. We're hugely over our domain limit, so we're going to need to start giving away some baronies. Our vassals are going to detest us, probably. So I think that this is where a round of bribery is going to come in, especially for those who are counts and above. So the barons I don't really care about. And thankfully my diplomacy is so good that we're getting a huge amount of opinion for doing this. And through the liberal spending of money, we're going to keep things loyal. Those are baronies, that's a county. And this is how you secure a power base for your realm. In a rather dangerous way, like you don't want to do this with a new ruler. You do this towards the end of somebody's reign, or while you are already extremely secure. Plus 80, oh yeah. Plus 56, we must be getting good at bribing people. Then basically anyone that's over 50 is going to be very difficult to do. So these are going to be the rebellious people that we're going to just need to deal with. We could try to bribe you and just try to keep you a little more positive. The other thing we need to do is keep a decent stock of cash now for mercenaries, so we probably want to keep a balance of maybe 1,000. Because factions are definitely going to be rising up, and we want to be raiding so that we can try and get the Ravager status, because the Reformed Germanics really like it when you have got bonuses from raiding people. Like, really like it. And I'm going to prepare myself some celebratory tea for things having gone so well in terms of securing our territory. So maybe next we'll go for Sjelland, although generally people do get a bit upset if you keep more than 2 duchies for some reason. They don't care if you keep all the kingdoms. That's totally fine by them. But the duchies? Oh, you better be careful with that. And we do need to create some barons, which I think we're going to do in Uppland. Because we are over our domain limit now. Which is actually 11. We've got a very high domain limit. How centralized are we, by the way? And can we centralize any further? No. Need to have legalism level 5 for that one. Let me just double check these are all primogeniture now. Oh, God damn it, that one's not. Yeah, it is. Primogeniture. Primogeniture, geniture. Okay, good. So we've secured everything. Let me just double check where all these are. Bolstad is the county. Starnas is an extra province, so I think I'm going to give Starnas to somebody who's good at fighting. We'll bribe you and then invite you to the court. There it is. Grant landed title, Barony of Starnas. Okay. And then we need to give away one more. Gastric land still doesn't have any other holdings, so I think it's gonna have to be a province in Stockholm. But not Stockholm. Let's give you Enkoping, because that's probably the smallest. Yeah. Grant landed title, Barony of Enkoping. Send. And there we are. We are now fully secure. Our force limit should be pretty damn high, but our personal armies are going to be really strong. We can actually raise up to 22,000 now, which is awesome. Not to mention the retinue. The numbers of which have also gone up. So, do we want to hire some more retinue troops? Yes. Short answer. I think I want one more of those. So we can have 1,000 pikemen. Maybe some more. I think we're just going to go with the heavy infantry, frankly. There we are. So those two units need to go here. You need to disband and go home. That needs to group. And group. Let's just do an auto balance real quick. Okay. And before we actually go into battle, we may want to respec that again ourselves. So how are we doing in terms of society? We will need 2,000 to become a hero. We could try and become a berserker. May as well. Give me your axe! No! I recruited a recruit. The young boy obeys and the crowd around me gasps as I start swinging it around me, some scrambling to get out of the way. Mordred, what are you doing? My fellow member of the Wolf Warrior Abo yells in despair, clutching at his bloody tunic. I was just... help me out here! So Abo becomes maimed and severely injured. Or by Odin, I shall do a small sacrifice for my new gained strength. We're kind, so just that one. And we are a berserker, with the plus 25% personal combat skill that grants. Oh yeah! Excellent. Okay. So now we just need to let the debuffs tick down with these guys, because yeah, minus 90 from revoked vassal titles. That's going to end in 5 years though, so we basically need to hold out for 5 years, and then we can do another wave. Maybe go for Sjelland. How many duchies am I owning right now? Those are all counties. Yeah, so we have the 2 duchies. They might get pissed off if we take a third. I suspect they probably will. Like I said, I think 2's the magical number for that. However, I am going to raise my personal levies. And you are going to rise up. Let's leave you in the capital. That's my Jarls consolidating. Arrange marriage. You want to marry my sister to a random commander? No. But that does mean that I need to marry the sister off. Which I assume is you. Yes. This doesn't need to be matrilineal. Where is she? Sure. Queen Mother, Court Physician. Don't think there's anyone there that I can marry off to Saxony. What about Novgorod? Oh, Ulfhild. Wait, you don't count as a close dynasty member? What? No, you're not. You're a Trousty. Trousy. How are you a different dynasty? You're not a bastard. How are you of a different dynasty? It's like you're matrilineal without being matrilineal. Unless, of course, Mordred was married matrilineal. Oh. Why? Why? What? Why was Mordred married matrilineally? He was your heir. Okay. That answers a lot of questions. I'm still bewildered, crikey. Well, in that case, we just need to marry you off to someone or we could marry you off to the Byzantine Emperor. Because, sure. And they say, yeah, do it. Alright, so we have a marriage with the Byzantines. I don't know if that can result in an alliance, however. Apparently it can. Sure, why not? I think it's amusing. Peace be with you, I, Basilius Constantinos the Evil! Accept your proposal for an alliance. That might bring us into some wars against Bulgaria or Zazids. But there we go. The Byzantines are now allies. Yay. I'm still kind of shocked I got away with that, but sure. Let's not question it too hard. So you are married, that's good. And that is me. Oh no, that's the King of Estonia, who is also married. Yeah, and he really doesn't like us. He really doesn't like us. I could revoke your title, which would make you less dangerous. Let's do that. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We request you honour your obligations and answer this call to arms against Caliph Abdul Qadir. Decline us would cost us 0 prestige, but it would break the alliance, and will make us an alliance breaker in the eyes of the world. Totally means stupid wars already. I'll answer the call. Not going to do much, though. Princess Musa, the Heavenly, needs education. Wow, she is really good at punching people in the face. So we need to make sure that you have an adequate teacher, namely me. And the troops are still coming in. Alright, now I'm over the vassal limit, so we do need to give out some kingdoms. So which kingdoms do we still control? Estonia, Wales, Finland, Ireland, Lithuania, Denmark. So let's just go to the Kingdom of Lithuania, which we mostly control already. What about the Kingdom of Estonia? We already control all of it. Finland, we know. I think Ireland and Wales would make the most sense. You're quite loyal. Are you all counts? You are. And you all belong to the Earldom. Whoa, okay, he's huge. And he hates me. He wants the Kingdom of Ireland, the Kingdom of Norway. I could make him a King of Ireland, and I think that would actually make a lot of sense. And we'll see if he's able to expand into Britain. Right, Torfin of Ireland. Can I bribe you? I can. Okay, so you are loyal. It was expensive, but I think it was worth it. Oh, how's my money looking while I have... Oh dear. Okay. So I need basically to go raiding for... Fuck. Yeah, I can't actually afford to be in this war. My retinues are going to make me bust. Ah, man. Okay. That's not good. Thankfully all the factions are tiny compared to us because I've consolidated power so well. Well, exactly what we do will need to be determined next time, so thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button so you get notifications when I am live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing. That's the Twitch outro, I'm so sorry. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing so you get notifications when we have future episodes. And if you've really enjoyed this, then do consider becoming a Patreon, that's what I meant to say, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking or in the link below. I'm sorry, I'm so used to doing outros for Twitch these days. Recording stuff exclusively for YouTube is weird. It just feels weird. If you haven't already done so, then make sure to check out the other people. You can find their playlists and channels, in fact, also linked down in the description. That's it from me for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.